Halafla hia tu hane e tau wala tala tu tupu ke lata mai leo taong niwe ke hane. Koe aho ke fitua ke nei te whitoko Commonwealth Games i Scotland ni mai whanga i ahone toi tō whakatoa toa e te whiua. Koe whala tau ola ni ko mō mai ke he tau whanau ni ko ua toi mamatakauha niwe ke lata mai langa ki mamafa ni mō ai tamaha whinigo Vitolia Shenalda Wasi e langa ki katoa toa ko tāsau whanga fumalima e ki kilo. Koe onung fu mafitu, ke he snatch, mai fitung fu mawalu, ke he clean and jerk. Koe aho nei ne langa ki ai foki a Rex Rico Milikitama, ke he fufuta tase au 5 kilo he tau tahane. Koe hana langa ki katoa toa, koe ua seo hong fu maono. He mung fu matahe kilo ke he snatch, mai tase au ua fu malima kilo ke he clean and jerk. Koe matakau olu fu apolo, koe whalu wheua ni ko mō mai tau ola, ke he matakau he tau pēs e tau tangata tahane, ni pelea alo tolu mō awhelika tonga, le me ola niwe, kai ua fumalima awhelika tonga. Matakau pēs e tau whiwhine, ne uka i mai motu ko Northern Ireland, taki hong whamawalu e ola. Koe tau matakau triples he tau tahane, pele mai matakau ha Namibia, ua fumatahe ola kai hewa niwe. Koe matakau taki toko tōru he tau whiwhine ni pele mai matakau mai Jersey, tātou whuke tau ola hong whamaono ha Jersey kai hong whamalima niwe, tā whuke wheua hala tolu ma Malaysia, ua whamaone ola kai wale ola niwe. Matakau he tau tāne taki toko whāne pele mo Kenya, ua whamawhite ola kai tōru ha niwe. Matakau taki toko whae tau whiwhine, pele ai mai matakau ha Fisi, hong whamahiwa Fisi kai hong whamaua ha niwe. Kua whiawhia lahi whoki ke he tau wheua athletics, koe whuata ko Jinam Hopotoa, ni kua lisi ia ke he discus, koe hana lisi, whang fulupoi ni tolu ua e mita, ni kua whakamauhefo ai, koe national record for mai motu. Koe tau whanau ne toianga ia ke whetoko ke he tau wheua, koe Danny ne mani ke he wheua langa ki mamafa, he tau tāne, tāseu 5 kilo ngai kilo, mō laua ko iki pā misikea, mō misinia misikea, ke he tau wheua lisi javelin, ne ko whakamauka lāt me aho taha, ia au kuso. Kua whaitala hawanga tua he o se whanuanga i niawhi ke he tau wheua kiriki ke he tau whiwhine, kua whakatoka ko tuapa e mtakau ka ua tu ke tau whainolo me mtakau ha alofi. I loa mai nā kaila talia he mtakau ha sele pohale ni kua tau se whipirianga nei, tala hau he whalu kua hokua tu ke whanuanga, kua whaimanga he whakatutala whakalulahi e tau takitaki he tau mtakau mai he whalu maanga whoki, ne whiwhiri ai ke nonof mai ki tua e tau hukui ha tuapa mo hawa sele, kai toka ke mtakau kumisi ni toi, ke whakatutala mo e kua tolo mai ai he pulo. Mai he tau seanga ia ko moa ko tuapa ka hokua te ke whainolo mo alofi, nā kei mai ke moa e takitaki mtakau kiriki ke tau whiwhine he motu, ke whai manatu whakakese po ke whakamaamanga hanga ia ke he puhale ni ku whiwhiri ai la tolu, tau whai whakalolahianga ke whalatala nei ke tau ahui mua. This is Radio Sunshine's news bulletin for today. With only 4 days to go in the 20th Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland, Team Niue athletes are nearing the end of their campaign. It is now day 7 and there are some results from Team Niue. Result from Niue weightlifting team. Vitolia Shenalda Wasi lifted a total of 145 kilograms, 67 in snatch and 78 in the clean and jerk. Rex Rico Milikitama lifted today in the 105 kilogram division with a total of 216 kilograms, 91 kilos in the snatch and 125 kilos in clean and jerk. As for lawn bowls, some of the results in the past day, the men's pairs played South Africa 25 and 5-2 Niue. Women's pairs saw a tie with Northern Ireland 18 all. Men's triples against Namibia, Niuean 9, Namibia 21. Women's triples game was also a close one with Jersey hitting 6 and 15 to Niue. They also had a game against Malaysia with 26 and Niue 8. In the men's fours versus Kenya, there was 27 to Kenya and 3 to Niue. And for the women's fours played against Fiji, they had 12 to Niue and 19 to Fiji. From athletics, Jinam Hopotoa placed 10th in his qualifying heats for the men's discus with a throw of 40.32 meters that has been noted down as a new national record. Athletes who are still yet to compete are Danny Nemani in the 105 plus men's weightlifting he will be lifting on the 31st of July at 3 p.m. Scotland time, which is 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. And there's also Ikipa Misika and Misinia Misika, who will both be throwing in the men's javelin event on the 1st of August. The Women's Kilikiki Council has returned with a decision that will see Tuapa face off with Alofi in the finals following a meeting yesterday afternoon. However, Avasele Women's are at odds with the decision, questioning the process that was taken. According to sources who attended the meeting, there were lengthy discussions regarding the matter. In Pool B, there are 6 teams, and up until last Saturday, Avasele had won all their games. Tuapa had 1 loss, and the game from Saturday went Tuapa's way, leaving what some say was a tie. In the end, representatives from both Avasele and Tuapa were asked to leave the meeting, while remaining council members witnessed the draw from the hat. Niue Women's Kirikiki president was unavailable for comment today, but we will bring you more on this story at a later date. Now, moving on to our news stories from the region, Australian Labour's Party Parliamentary Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Matt Thistlethwaite, has called on the Abbott government to make a meaningful commitment to tackle climate change at the Pacific Islands Forum. Regional leaders attending the Pacific Islands Forum in Palau are expected to call on the government to take greater action on the global issue in the hope of mitigating the impacts of rising sea levels and extreme weather events on low-lying Pacific Island nations. The small island nation of Palau stood tall amongst Pacific Island Forum countries when its leader Tommy Remengesau Jr. announced initiatives it's undertaking to sustainably manage and protect its oceans. President Remengesau, who declared that Oceans, Life and Future be the theme for the 45th Pacific Islands Forum, said the time to act is now. He challenged his fellow Forum Island leaders to develop creative responses that works for them, and he said, "Our oceans are under siege," and urged leaders of the 15 Pacific nations present to join hands, take stock of past actions and raise the stakes on oceans in the lead-up to the Small Island Developing States Global Conference in Samoa. Palau is in the process of declaring the Palau National Marine Sanctuary, which create a no-take fisheries zone. A declaration on oceans will form the outcome of the Forum Leaders meeting now underway in Koror, the capital of Palau. New Zealand will invest $5 million New Zealand dollars in a program to update navigational charts to improve safety and increase economic growth in Pacific, Foreign Minister Murray McCully says. The 5-year program was designed to update the charts for shipping, which brings over 90% of trade to and from the Pacific. McCully said that the Pacific Islands Forum in Palau on Wednesday, the Pacific Blue economies were reliant on safe and reliable sea links, as shipping services were the primary means of shifting goods and passengers between islands. New Zealand's support would ensure that cargo and cruise ships would continue to operate in the Pacific by bringing charts up to standard. The hydrographic program would be led by Land Information New Zealand and the Secretariat for the Pacific Community to carry out survey and charting work in the region over the next 5 years. It would build on a successful pilot project in Vanuatu with the initial focus on Tonga, Cook Islands, Niue, Samoa and Tokelau, with a view to extending it to cover the rest of the Pacific. New Zealand's Foreign Minister says he plans to meet the President of Nauru during this week's Leaders' Summit to discuss his concerns about the suspension of a group of opposition MPs. The 5 MPs suspended from Nauru's parliament continue to remain in limbo as they wait to challenge their suspensions. The MPs were stripped of their entitlements, offices and salaries for speaking out against the current regime. Murray McCully says the New Zealand government, which is the largest donor to Nauru's justice sector, is concerned about the situation, and he will be meeting Nauru's president, Baron Waka. 4 years ago, they tasked the Forum Fisheries Agency with enhancing cooperation in fisheries surveillance and law enforcement against illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. Today, Pacific Forum leaders celebrated the entry into force of a one-stop multilateral text aimed at achieving that the Niuean 30th Subsidiary Agreements, or NTSA. The ratifications, added to those of the Cook Islands, Nauru and Palau, take the NTSA across the line and into effect, meaning it now has binding legal force in the 5 countries who have ratified it. Receiving the ratifications, Forum Fisheries Director General James Malvick thanked all countries involved in progressing the NTSA into force. Fiji Television announced major changes to its Sky Pacific channel lineup. This also sees the additional benefit of new channels, boosting Sky Pacific to 24 channels. Fiji TV Chief Executive Deveta Velu says this is the result of an extensive review process, which has also taken on board customer feedback. The changes sees the replacement of 9 old channels such as Fox Crime, National Geographic Wild, Discovery Homes and Health, Star Plus, Star World, Fox Premium, Discovery, BBC and also Cartoon Network. Also making its entry onto the Sky Pacific platform will be Comedy Central, Warner TV and Crime and Investigation, EMTV, Set India, Lifetime, Z Premier, Toonami, Bio and History and France 24. These latest changes also reflect Sky Pacific's expansion beyond Fiji into the region. The new changes come into effect from the 3rd of August. Air New Zealand staff and suppliers have been told to lift their game after a series of embarrassing mishaps, including a 3-day delay of a flight from Honolulu this week. In a note to staff, Chief Executive Christopher Luxon said he was personally overseeing a detailed review of Flight NZ9's lengthy delay from Honolulu to Auckland. The review would include all aspects of the delay and the airline's management of it, from both an operational and customer experience perspective. Air New Zealand issued a $1,000 apology to each of the 227 passengers who were stranded in Hawaii from Sunday night until Tuesday morning Honolulu time, when one of its aircraft systems indicated there was an engine problem despite nothing being mechanically wrong. 2 Air New Zealand pilots were stood down this month after the co-pilot had forced entry into the cockpit when the captain failed to open the door on a trans-Tasman flight. And last week, a former Air New Zealand staff member appeared in court charged with smuggling methamphetamine into New Zealand while working as a cabin attendant in May. He was remanded on bail until his next appearance in September. And those are our news stories from the region as well as our local news bulletin here on Radio Sunshine for today.